Do we want to show the paper first?
I'm going to show this,
Okay.
and then we'll go and talk about all the sales stuff, and then we have lots of new stuff to talk about. Okay. We'll wait for people to... Okay, we got... Dawn is the first one this morning. Okay, people were just a couple minutes late. Maybe 4 minutes late, but good morning, everybody. So we are here this morning. Oh, first of all, happy May Day. It is May Day, Maggie.
Happy May Day. Raise your hand if you went out your front door looking for May baskets this morning. There's always hope.
Yeah, there is. That is one thing I do not ever get into. I don't know. We never did it growing up.
Really?
No,
oh,
it was never a thing on the farm.
Love, love, love May baskets.
Yeah. And I used to make them for the little boys, but that's gone by the wayside. Not one more thing to do. So, yes, happy May Day, everybody. Okay, so Maggie is here today to show us how she does her crinkled ribbon, and look how pretty those are. It is such a neat technique, and we all love that look. Oh, those are so pretty. Okay, well, people are jumping on.
And happy National Scrapbooking Week also.
Yes.
I finally remembered to wear my t-shirt.
Yeah, I've had mine off. Yes, it is National Scrapbook Week, and again, we have great sales going on, and Maggie and I will go over a few this morning and what is coming in the next, well, like tomorrow. So, first of all, let's just...
How about if I take the camera and I'll let you?
Okay.
I'm going to come on this side.
We are going to talk about things that we've had on sale all week. We have weekly specials, and then we have daily specials. And we have added to the daily specials, or no, the weekly specials we have added to. So we have one more of the product bundle from My Story. And
when Kelly can't sleep, that's your gain, right?
Yes, definitely. Regularly $56 on sale for $30, $29.99.
And there's one left.
And there is one left.
Okay.
And then...
It's a bundle.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we have the Memory Bound Care and Concern stamp. Regularly, it's either $13.99 regularly or $14 on sale for $6.99. And that is a great one. And it was designed by Janet. Yes, it's a great one.
Okay, we have a little question. People are ordering things as the sales, each day's sales.
Yep.
And yes, we can hold them each day and then ship them at the end of the week.
Yes.
If it's an extremely large order, we will probably reconfigure the shipping.
Right.
But otherwise, yes, you can just keep adding to your order. You pay shipping the first time if you're going to have it shipped, and then you just keep adding.
Yep. And then for door prizes, we're giving away gift cards, and if you send in an online order, I am filling out all the slips for those. So everybody who has placed an order, whether it be online, phone, in the store, will get a slip for each purchase you make. And we'll do that in a little bit. We'll draw for yesterday.
Oh, wow. So hang in there, friends.
Yep. The guillotine trimmers sold out really fast, so Kelly was able to order more, and they should be coming hopefully tomorrow or Friday. So just go ahead and send in an order or phone call us, and we'll get you on the list, and you will get the sale price at $59.99. We found more bags.
Yay.
These are the zipper storage bags, regularly $1.99 on sale for $1. And we have lots of these. So if you want 20, we can provide 20 or more.
Mary has a question. She says it's not showing up as... I lost her. Not showing up in-store option when I go to checkout.
That's a shipping issue. I don't know why that wouldn't be an option, because we do it all the time.
Doug, did you hear that?
Is she able to check out? Can she put
She
a form of
says
payment in?
not showing pickup in store option when I go to checkout. This is Mary.
Does she have her form of payment in?
Do you have your form of payment in?
Sometimes if inventory reduces while the time it's in the cart, you won't be able to check out until you change your quantity in your cart.
Okay.
And it might depend on if
Mary, Penny's going to explain this.
Okay, let me.
So, sometimes if you are shopping online, you put items in your cart and our inventory changes in the meantime. You might need to adjust your quantity in your cart. That's one thing. And the second thing is it's always easier to do it on a computer than a phone. And the third thing, if all else fails, call us.
There we go. Thank you, Penny.
You bet.
Okay, one thing that we did add to our weekly special is the microfiber cleaning cloth, and they are regularly $2.99 on sale for $1.99, and we have all these lovely colors.
Love it.
And I keep a couple of these really handy to wipe off stamps, to clean my phone, to clean my glass mat. They're just an awesome tool.
I think of it every time I pull a whole bunch of stuff off my paper towel roll, and I think, I got to get one of those.
Yeah, they're very, very nice. Or just to clean, too, if you want it, or dust.
Are they good for washing windows?
I think they are.
Good to know.
Yes, I think they are. Another thing that we have on sale is the
Not
wreath.
that I wash windows, but
That's what my husband is for. The wreath and snowflake die, regularly $19.99 on sale for $6.99, and we have a few of these left. And this is what we used in Merrymakers last year, and it's a very nice die.
the red cardinal and the
Yeah.
wreath are definitely worth it.
They're good.
Along with the snowflake.
Yep. And then if you don't have a sidekick, it's a must. I think I'm pretty sure everybody here has one. I use mine all the time. If you have little dies for cutting alphabets, it's just a great tool to have. $64.99, they're on sale for $44.99, and these rarely go on sale. So if you're even halfway thinking, or you want to buy yourself a birthday present or a Mother's Day present or even
Perfect.
a Christmas, this is the time to do it because they don't go on sale very often.
And they actually suction to your table.
Yes.
So when you set it there, it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. It's a very nice tool to have. Okay, so we're going to go to this wall over here, and we are going to show the enamel dots that Penny is feverishly pulling. Now, the thing about the enamel dots, we thought we had more than we did. When we put them out last night, we didn't have the quantities like we thought we did. So Kelly rushed an order to Echo Park, and they are shipping hopefully yet today, and we should have them by Monday. So the sale will be extended through sometime next week. I'm not sure how far. It just depends on when we get them in. So when you go and to order them online and they're out of stock, just know that there will be more coming in.
Okay, just a quick note. Christy has a little tip. She said make sure you fill in your state first, and then it will allow in-store. So possibly
Well, and that's still in the checkout process.
in the checkout process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you, Christy.
Very good. So that's the enamel dots. If you, again, we will be getting more in. So we apologize for not having the quantities that we should have. And they are regularly $4.99 on sale for $2.50. So that, again, is a great price for that.
And Diane, we do have the extra plates for the Sidekick. We have
Yes.
2 lengths.
Yes, it comes with the shorter one, but there's also a longer one, which I don't know, is like 5 inches maybe. And that's a great one for cutting borders.
And Tim Holtz has those long stems that he has,
Yes,
the wildflowers.
wildflowers.
I had
Yes.
to get some of those for that. So
Yes.
definitely.
And those are sold separately.
Hi, Cindy. Glad that you could make it. I don't know why it just started in Washington.
Another thing that we added to our weekly sale is the Simple Stories Color Vibe Buttons, Flowers, and Chipboard on I think all of these. We didn't have many left, so if you think you want these, call us or jump on and get them ordered, because these we are not reordering.
So just while supplies
Yep.
last.
It's the buttons, the chipboard pieces. That's what all those are. And then we have flower bits, which come in the lights, the summer, the fall, the winter, and the darks. So if you think you want those, just hop on and we will get you those.
Can you use any brand of dye in the Sidekick? The thinlets?
Yes,
Any
yes,
of the thinlets?
it has to be the thinlets, and it can't be any wider than, 2.5 inches?
I think so, the opening.
Yeah, the opening is 2.5 inches. So I just use mine all the time. I do a lot of alphabets.
I use a lot of Tim Holtz little flowers.
Yes.
Anytime I'm making kits and I need 75 of something, it works really well.
Yeah, and it cuts all the time. I've never had, it has great pressure and...
Okay, are the buttons thick or thin? They're pretty thin.
They're regular buttons.
Yeah, they're not real thick ones. I don't know whether you can see that or not. They're not like real thick ones.
I don't know. Yeah, they're just like
normal.
normal
Yeah,
buttons.
there we go. We got that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, and then Janet was here yesterday. Janet was here for 2 days, and it was so great to see her again. And she debuted her Remember Sympathy card kit yesterday and went over all the cards. And it is $34.99, and it makes 8 cards. Again, it's Janet's, so you know that there's perfect instructions, there's pictures, there's everything you need is in the kit, except scissors and adhesive. But that's that. And then if you need extra verbiage, we have sheets of Janet's, the extra verbiage for those cards. Or you can use them for any cards, really.
Yes.
They're $5.49.
Okay.
And if you go to Janet or Memory Bound Exclusives, I think all of the verbiage is in that category online. And
We have lots of different ones.
we have lots and lots and lots. Okay, before we get to new stuff, how about if we do the drawings?
Okay.
And this is all everybody's names from Monday and Tuesday. Only Monday and Tuesday, yes.
And everybody wanted us to put little fun folds on them, you know, those
Yep.
lucky folds.
I just scrunch them all up and mix them up. Okay, so the first one we will do is for a $10 one.
Yay.
And I am going to pick off the top instead of digging to the bottom, because we always dig to the bottom. So I am picking one off the top. And it is Alice, I don't pronounce her last name.
Oh, Pompilio?
Pompilio. Okay, you get a $10 coupon.
Yay,
reward.
Alice.
Yes.
Hope you're watching.
Okay, for another $10 one, we'll kind of dig down a little and do this one. Donna McCullough.
Donna, congratulations. Hope you're watching.
And that is a $10 one. And then for the grand prize today, every day we give two $10 and one $20.
Whoa.
This one I will dig deep. Okay. Dale Glass.
Dale Glass, you
Got
were just
a-
in this week. Yes. Congratulations.
Great. Got a $20 gift card. And then tomorrow we will do the same.
Congratulations to all three of you.
Okay.
We will have those here for you.
We will set these over here.
If they have orders, do we just stick them in with their orders?
We can, yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
Okay, tomorrow is Thursday, and we are having solids on sale, and they will be a different variety of manufacturers, but they will be solid packs, and I wish I knew how much they were going to be, but don't know.
So
I
we
don't
have
have my
packs and
sheet.
individuals?
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll have packs that will be discounted like these, and then we'll have a lot of the double-sided collection or the solids.
Do you want to look at the email and see what Wednesday's
Thursday
solid sale is?
Solids.
But how much?
But how much?
How much?
Yes.
I think it says on the calendar.
Okay. These are great because you get two different colors.
I love these.
And all the manufacturers now are doing solids with their collections. And it is great. So they make up
50% off.
50% off of all of these. And these are normally like $6.49.
Time to stock up on those solids.
$5.99. So they're different prices.
That is
Yes.
tomorrow's sale.
Yes.
So
Okay.
as of 12:01 tonight, you
Yep.
can place your orders
Yep.
for those.
Okay, so let's, shall we just go through this tub a few? We're not going to show everything in here, but we got some of the I.O. Winnie the Pooh in. So if you've been waiting for Pooh Pleasures, that has not come in yet. It is still on back order from Impression Obsession. So whenever we get that back in stock, we will give everybody a call because that's the one that a lot of people want. So this is Piglet Thoughts. And we're going to go through these pretty fast. This is Pooh Large. This is a die.
Oh.
It's cute.
Jean says she is loving National Scrapbook Week.
Oh.
We are too.
Yes, we are. Jointed Pooh, and this is a die also.
How cute.
And then we have Eeyore.
Pooh is just classic.
Yeah.
This is somebody said they love that little, thanks for noticing me.
Oh. And this is Mini Piglet. Piglet Mini.
Way cute.
And these are stamps. This is Tigger. I had my picture taken with Tigger. He was always my favorite.
I just know you'll bounce back soon. That's
No,
perfect
it
for a
is.
get well card.
And then we have hand-stamped Pooh. And we do have a category online of Winnie the Pooh, so all of these will be listed under there.
You know, Diane, yesterday somebody was looking for a stamp that said handmade by, but there's a couple on there. I love it. And made with love.
I
Yes.
love that. The font, too, is really good.
And then down here, card from.
Oh, those are good.
Whoa, I like that.
Yeah. Maggie, you going to remember that?
Yeah, I might have to get that one because I love putting those on the
Yeah.
cards.
And this one is called Patriotic Pooh. This is a new one. You hadn't seen this one.
I have not.
Yes, this is a brand new one. Isn't that good?
Oh,
So if you send patriotic cards, this would be a great one.
I had never seen that
cheers
one.
for the red, white, and blue.
Love it.
Yeah, that's really. And then we got waffle flower back in. This has been a very popular one, the postage collage stamp. And then here's another new one, 4th of July. And they go with this set of dies, the postage collage die.
Oh.
And we got those back in.
Letha, great. She says, dang, I'm going to have to do another order.
I know. I printed yours this morning. Postage collage everyday stencil. And these come with, I think, 3 or 4 different stencils in here. And then we have the block stencil that you can use all of these, like things like that. You can stencil on the front of a card and then stamp this over the top. I love that look.
Yeah.
And then the everyday stencil. I think I've already done that one. And then the grip mat. This is 6.5 by 8.5. And it is $29.99.
Those have been popular.
Yeah. Use this in your Misty, too. Okay. And if Katie is watching, look what we got, Katie. These are a whole set of Sharpie pens. She loves her Sharpies.
Nice.
And they have a really nice point.
Fine point,
Yeah,
yes.
if you can see the point there, it's, I don't know if there's a number on here, 0 or 0.4.
Wow.
It would be a great writing journaling.
Katie says, oh.
Yep.
She says, I love those with the fine point.
Yes. And this is a brand new stamp that we ordered in. I'm going to turn it this way. Look how fun that is. Is it called Peony? I think it's called Peony. And it's going to be under miscellaneous stamps. But
Very
look
pretty.
at the fun backgrounds it's
beautiful.
got. Look at that cracked one. I love that.
Yes.
To buy it just for that. And then all the backgrounds, and then
lots of added things.
Yeah.
Before we go any further,
Yep.
people are always asking for graduation for fine point pens that are permanent, and I don't think you can get any more permanent than a
Sharpie. Yeah.
So that would be fun at a graduation party for people to sign.
Sign in, quick drying,
Yes.
and to prevent smearing. Yep, $24.99, and you get 8.
And there is a black one in there also.
Yep. Okay, this is, we've talked about that. And then just some graduation stuff or more poo stuff. Let's see, we got more poo washi tape in. This is from Echo Park.
So cute.
And then just a few more graduation things. These are just reorders, so if you're making cards, this is a great little accent to add. This is from Paper House, the graduate. And then we have a stamp that has an image like that, $7.99. That's from Impression Obsession.
That is perfect for the bottom of a card.
Yes. Okay, so the rest of this we will leave for tomorrow. Let's see here. Okay, Maggie, I think we're ready for you.
Okay.
Let me set this over.
Question is, am I ready for this?
Okay, yes. We are so happy to have Maggie back.
I'm glad to be back.
She was showing me a whole bunch of projects that she has got done. You got something on the floor down right there. So we are extremely happy to have Maggie back.
Glad to be back at Memory Bound.
Okay.
Okay, Diane, today we are going to revisit Crinkle ribbon. And I use Crinkle ribbon a lot, and a lot of times people will say, how do you do that? How do you make that? And I think the beauty of Crinkle ribbon is I'm going to show you some some tags that I made. The beauty of crinkle ribbon is you can take white ribbon and you can dye it to exactly the color you need.
Yep, so she starts with like that.
It's just white, 100% rayon. Polyester will not absorb your ink, so the rayon is perfect, and not only that, but the rayon crinkles. I don't know if you've ever bought a rayon blouse and washed it, and you have to iron
And
that
it'll
thing.
end up like that.
Yeah, I quit buying rayon a long time ago.
Yep.
But anyway, whatever color you use on your tag or your card or your project, you can match it. So this one, I used Uncharted Mariner, and that's what I used to stamp this tag, and then that's what I used to dye the ink. This one is surprising because it is carved pumpkin,
Really?
but
Wow.
it stayed pretty
Peachy.
yeah, but I liked it.
Yeah, perfect.
And so then that's what this is carved pumpkin. And the next one I used peeled paint, and what I like to use is one color, and then I like to take a neutral like pumice stone. This one all three of these, I happen to actually use the new scorched timber just because I wanted to try it out.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you never know that.
It was probably a little darker than what I normally use, but I wanted to
But
try
it's
it.
pretty cool.
Yeah, and so this is peeled paint, so I dyed my ribbon to match. Here, this is another technique I'm going to show you how to make it a little different. This is wild honey, probably one of my all-time favorite colors.
It is.
I love that
And
color.
look, she stamped on the ribbon.
Yeah, so
Oh,
we're going to
my.
talk about
I
that.
haven't done that for a while.
Yeah, and then there's one more, and you know what I like to do is I like to make up a batch. When I'm doing it, you might as well make extra. And
pretty these
yeah, so I just rolled them up, and most of them I could remember what they were, but I can't remember. I think this could be, it is. This one is mustard seed, and these are all using scorched timber. This one I couldn't remember. This one is shaded lilac. This one actually was a spray, which I'm going to show you. This one, I couldn't remember what color that was, so I didn't mark it. This one is chipped sapphire. And this one was, I believe, seedless preserves, maybe.
Yep.
But I did it one day, and then I thought I was going to remember, and I couldn't. But
Of course, we never.
anyway, so what's nice is I was working on, this is going to be in a future kit.
Yeah.
But I was working on this project last night, and I thought, what could I was going to use twine, and then I saw this leftover piece, and I believe it's the same as that one.
Yep.
And so I used it. And so it's kind of nice to have those crinkle ribbons on hand, and don't throw away even the tiniest piece.
Nope.
Because even the tiniest piece, you can use your
can staple
Tim
it
Holtz
on.
stapler and tiny attacher and staple it on in the weirdest places, and it just looks cool. So you can just roll yours and put some paper around them so that you can keep them separate, or you can throw them in a bin at little bits and pieces.
Okay, questions.
Yes.
Is that the same as hem tape ribbon?
I'm not
We
sure.
have two different kinds of this. One is the rayon, and what's the other?
Well, this one is the 100% rayon seam binding, and they use them for with zippers when they're sewing zippers, I think. But as long as it's 100% rayon.
Yeah, the other brand that's a little bit more stiffer that we carry
Okay,
does
here.
not.
This is
Yeah,
This is what we
called
have.
seam binding, and you
Yeah,
can
these
see
are
it's
all the
100% rayon. It's the other on the smaller rolls that it's a
Oh,
little
okay.
stiffer.
yes, and if that's not 100% rayon,
Yeah,
it won't
and I don't
absorb.
think it is.
I think it's polyester.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I like to keep on hand is just a bunch of white or
We have
cream.
the neutral. They both look pretty.
This will create just a little warmer look, but you can use the cream or the white. And what's even better is we now have packages of this. 10 yards, did you say?
Yep.
For $7.99. And these are online. And so 10 yards, you have 30 feet to play with.
Yeah, you have a lot.
So That's nice to have on
And it
hand.
comes in the white, and then we also have a red.
Yes, at Christmas time we had those.
Yeah. Okay. Oxide or distress?
Well, that's a very, very good question because I'm going to show you both.
Okay.
You know, lots of times we think people know the difference between oxide and distress, and sometimes we think we know the difference, and we don't always know the difference either.
Those are not for sale. That is Maggie's stash. At some point, we might have them for sale, but there is no guarantees.
Yeah, you just never know, though.
No,
One
but
might just show up in your order someday.
There you go. But they're really easy to make, and everybody's got inks. You don't need the sprays. All you need is your ink pads.
Yeah, I actually experimented with ink pads, distress ink pads oxide, I
Re-ink.
inkers, and also sprays. And I just happened to have this Christmas one from Christmas, and that's what I used on here. It was called Snow Flurries. I did not add another color. I just sprayed it, laid the ribbon and just sprayed
Look
it.
how pretty that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
So someday, just, you can buy that 10 yards and do 10 different colors, really.
Yes,
You can do
because I like to work in increments of like 3 feet, and I'll explain why. But
Thank you, Cheryl, I forgot Janet. They're probably still driving back to Texas. I forgot she wouldn't be here. But thanks, Cheryl, for
and
linking.
we did have Doug link a lot of things with
Yes, go to the
today's.
calendar. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, Jan, that is binding. Yeah, as long as it's really what it's made out of is the key to it.
It's that 100% rayon.
Yeah.
And I suppose you could probably do 100% cotton. It might not absorb the same way, but I'm just going to demo little bit different things.
Does the mica? It kind of does.
I
you
tried to look at
it,
that. You do get a little bit of a shimmer, but I just happen to have this one at
I just
home.
wanted to try it, but look at the color, though.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? So if you bought those micas at Halloween or at Christmas, you can do a lot of the very same look and get a little bit of that mica look.
Alice, if you're just jumping on, you were one of our daily winners for the $10 gift card. So we will put it in an order to you, or if you want it sent, just give us a call and let us know.
So Diane, what do you think? I'm just going to pick like 8 random orders today and just throw them in your bag.
Oh,
So you could get lucky.
Oh, yes.
I just made them up just to show. They're just pretty. I like the way they look.
Yeah, fun. Jackie says it's nice to have you back, and
Thank
we
you.
agree. Okay, so I think we're caught up on questions.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is if you're making a head, you can make a huge batch, but I like to work with 3 feet increments, and there's a reason why, which I'm going to explain in just a little bit. So what I do is I'm going to start, well, somebody asked about this. Okay, so what I did last night, these got kind of crinkled in my bag, is I made up these, and I used regular distress ink, and then I used oxide. They both work beautifully.
Yeah,
If
they
you
do,
can
but
see,
look at the difference in the colors.
the oxide is going to be a little more opaque. So you've got a little bit more transparent, a little opaque. Transparent, opaque, transparent, opaque. And I have no idea what I did there. I might have held the heat tool too. But
you
can
get the burnt look.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it.
Yes, oh, definitely.
What I like to is I like to do it 2 different ways. I like leaving it a little variegated, which, as you can see, I don't necessarily thoroughly soak it. But when I did this one, I did, and this is wild honey, and it is oxide. So it's a little more opaque, and I made it completely solid. I didn't try to variegate it. Even though you do that, you still get variations of your color.
It's hard not to.
Which I love.
Katie, employees are not, you're disqualified. Just saying that.
Oh,
She
funny.
wanted free ribbon.
Katie, you just come into work. I'll make you some.
Oh,
Okay, so.
and then you have to share it with me.
And like I said, if you wanted to make a batch for a whole bunch of friends, just do this whole 10 yards
Yeah.
all at once. And it's very slick.
Yeah, what a fun little gift this would be for a crafting friend to
Yes.
stick in.
Yes. And you know what? I just thought a favorite things party would be kind of fun too.
Okay, Donna, I'm not sure what you're asking. Not highlighted in blue, not able to open. I'm not sure what.
Is that her order?
I'm not sure. Okay.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, and again, I start out with 3 feet for a reason, but you can make as much as you want. I'm going to start out with fossilized amber, and I'm going to use just the distress ink. So I'm going to start with that.
Oh, the links.
It flew away.
It did. I'm not sure how that works, Donna, but just give us a call. This ribbon is online, the little bag of ribbon, and it will be under miscellaneous embellishments, maybe. It is called white seam binding. You can maybe put that in your search and see if it comes up. There's $7.99.
And if you want to purchase it by the foot, it is 25 cents a foot. You can just call the store. And we have this in a lot of different colors. But the thing
I
is,
love it.
I love all the colors,
Yes.
but this is custom. What you're
Yep.
doing is custom coloring.
Okay, Lisa says this would be a good gift to give your workmates.
There we go.
Her favorite thing.
I'm
Thanks,
getting
Janine.
lots of hints here. Okay, so let's take a look. I took Distress Ink, Fossilized Amber, and I just transferred it to my craft mat. I did about 4 or 5 times.
Thanks, Cheryl, for putting that number up there.
Depending on how juicy your inks are, this is about how much you want. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mist it maybe 4 or 5 times. You can do this, let's do that. The first time around, you can ink it a little bit with a little bit more water. But what I like to do is just drop it on like this. And just kind of do that, and then wipe it up.
And then I sometimes put water on my ribbon too.
Well, and if you want to, and you want this to not be quite so variegated, you can mist your ribbon and it will bleed.
Yeah.
I kind of like leaving a little bit.
Just how whatever look you want.
Yeah, a little bit of variegation. But that is fossilized amber.
You get light and you get dark.
So then what
You
I'm
get
going
what
to do,
you get, and
that's
you
right.
Don't throw off it.
Then what you do is you wad it up. Now, I have seen people who are making large quantities of this. They'll roll it up and put rubber bands around it.
I use a clothespin.
Oh, there you go.
I just put a clothespin to hold it.
Let it sit for over the weekend and then pull
Or
it
you
out.
get your heat tool out and you dry it.
And that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that so we don't have to use our fingers.
Jan says that is the Winnie the Pooh color.
It is.
Yes.
It is. And fossilized amber is one of my probably go-to yellows. Mm-hmm. Okay, so...
We all have our favorite
Yes.
colors.
So I'm going to do that for about 30 seconds. And then you can
That
take
might have
it.
been 4 seconds, but who's
You're
counting?
going to shake it out and wad it up again. And again, you can use whatever you want to hold it.
If you have tweezers, too,
Yeah.
which, I think we probably have around
So,
here.
Diane, you can count my 30 seconds.
30 seconds is a long time when you're counting.
Yes. Okay, and then we're going to shake it out again, wad it up again.
It's that easy to do.
As long as it's still damp, then you want to keep drying this until it's crinkly and dry. So depending on how fast, but see how it keeps those crinkles? but I can still feel it's damp, so we're going to, but you want to get this dry before you go on to the next
Yes.
step.
Yep.
So now you can keep this just like this. It just looks old and tattered.
And
But-
it looks really pretty in a jar.
Yeah.
All the different colors.
But if you want to add just a little more vintage to it, we're going to take a little pumice stone. Now that we've got it dry, and we will apply that. Add maybe not quite as much water because you don't want to dye this pumice stone. You just want to catch a little bit of the edges with it.
Pumice stone is a good one. Vintage photo is a good one. Gathered twigs is a good one.
This is the new scorched timber.
Scorched timber is a good one. If you want
Those
to
are
add
all
a little
scorched
bit
timber.
more vintage looking to it.
Okay, we're going to just add just a little bit more. And again, I don't add quite as much water to this because I don't want to soak it. I just want to add a little bit of vintage to it. Okay, so now we're going to do that same thing. We're going to wrinkle it up. And the more you do this and the tighter that you crinkle it, the more wrinkles you're going to get. And then I'm going to show you.
That's why using a rubber band or
Yes.
a clothespin or something will get so it looks like that. You get much more tighter
Wrinkles,
Yeah.
which I always get with my rayon clothes. That's why I don't buy rayon anymore.
Ruby, if you're in question, just give us a call and we'll look on your package or on your order to see if you ordered the right stuff.
Okay, so I can still feel that like this is a little bit damp, so I just do it in just a few seconds, and then I shake it out and re-wrinkle it. Okay, so this is still just a little bit damp, but I'm just going to show you. That is the Fossilized Amber Distress Ink. Isn't that pretty?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to show you.
Perfect.
I'm going to show you the oxide.
And Maggie is working on the media mat.
The glass media mat.
And then she's got the media surface mat on top, which we all love here, and it wipes up so nice. You can work right on your glass mat if you want to.
Yes. I like the way this mat is a little bit textured, so it keeps your ink from moving around into globs. I just like working on this. Now, Teresa just lays this right on her table.
Yep.
And that works too.
Or the craft mat, which we've all used over the years, is a great tool too, especially working with ink. It keeps your work surface clean.
Yes, it does. And I work at my kitchen counter with a white countertop. Okay, so again, this is Distress Oxide, same color. And I just transferred some of that onto my craft mat. And now I'm going to do that.
Okay, while you're doing that, Jane, I think she just took little strips of paper and wrapped them around and glued it.
What I did is I had my husband, he created me
Oh, there we go.
he created a little label for me. And but I didn't have him put a spot to write the color. So then I just cut them, and it's kind of like the napkins that you get at restaurants.
Yeah, little band around there.
Okay.
Try calling the store. It rings twice and then hangs up. Try again. Is there a line open? They're both open right now. Yeah, TJ, call again and see. Nobody is on the phone at the moment, so.
Okay, so don't worry about every little spot being covered. I like that variegated look, but now take a look at the difference. Same color.
Definitely chalkier.
Yeah, chalkier and more opaque, which
Yep.
I have a tendency to always work with regular. But after doing this, I'm going, wow, very cool. Okay, so we're going to...
Angie, yes, you can just let them dry on their own, definitely.
But you do want to rubber band them,
Yes.
or yeah, otherwise
Clothespin
they won't get quite as crinkly,
Crinkly.
which that's okay too.
Yes.
So we're going to start with crinkling this, and we're going to dry it. Again, dry for a while. Shake it out. Is that a song by Taylor Swift? No.
I would not know.
Dry it again. Again, it's really important to get it dried because that's how your crinkles are going to stay put. And then also, when you go to the next step, it won't absorb together. So it takes a few times, but as you can see, each time we shake it out. And then I think instead of, do I have another brown here? Yeah, there's my scorched timber. I'm going to use scorched timber on this one.
And you might think it would be too dark, but it really
You
really
have to be
isn't.
careful not to overdo it when it's dark like that because you don't want to cover the yellow that you worked so hard to get. Towards the end, I kind of just do this. But again, if you want it really crinkled, you got to get it tight. And rubber bands work well if you want to do a whole batch and then just let them dry. Okay, so we've got that dry.
This is something, again, that you can just make up ahead of time, too.
Yeah, again, like I said, when you find a piece that you made the day before and you go, oh, I can use that. So now I'm just going to use, this is that scorched timber. It's pretty dark, so I'm not going to use as much. And then sometimes what I'll do is I will do this to kind of spread it out a little bit. So it's
Or
not
her
all
fingers.
Okay. Now again, we don't want to just lay it in here and mop it up because we don't want it to change the yellow color. But see how I'm just dropping that in there? There we go. That's all you need to do. And see how it just looks like it's a little burnt on the edges, almost like it got caught in a little bit of a fire. And if you feel like that's too dark and too harsh, then what you can do is you can mist it with a little bit of water and it will just kind of soften those edges. Like that. Lots of times I use it like a bar rag. Cleans up. Okay, so there is the same exact color. See how much more fragile and translucent this is compared to that. So this is Distress ink. This is Distress Oxide ink.
This is one of the techniques that we often forget about. My friend and I were just talking. It's fun to see old techniques again because we forget.
Well, and also when you're doing it and you haven't done it for a while, you experiment and try something new.
Yep, and maybe you got new colors.
Yes.
Since the last time you did it.
But again, have a basket of this sitting in your craft room. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the technique that I call foo-foo bows. That's what I put on the top of these. And I'm going to show you how they work. So the reason I asked you to get 3 feet is because you're going to cut off about 6 inches. So we'll cut that off and lay that there. And then now you have about 2.5 feet, and that seems to work well. And if you want to just kind of stretch it out a little bit, you can. And then what I do is everybody has their hand with them at all times.
Yep.
So you're going to lay this front end down so it goes past here, right here. You want to go past because this is one part of your ribbon, this is the other part. So you want this part to be, don't want to do it like this because it won't get caught.
Yeah, so when you tie it,
yeah,
you want the
so
end.
leave it hang over like this. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in and you're going to be making figure 8s. Don't pull it too tight because you got to get it off. Then you're going to go this way and go back in, and then this way, go back in, and keep doing your figure eights until you run out of ribbon. And it should, if you've done 2.5 feet, it should come back down through the middle.
There we go.
Okay, then what you're going to do is what I did is I laid this through my tag. But if you just want to make the ribbons stand alone, you're just going to lay your 6 inches. You're going to reach in here to the middle and
Hopefully
make
pull
sure
it
you
off your
cut. Pull it off your fingers. And then you're going to lay that right there on your 6-inch piece.
And this is where a tweezers helps to hold it if you have trouble tying something like this.
Okay, and then you'll tie a double knot. And pull it tight, cinch it. And there is your crinkle ribbon, and you just kind of pull those apart.
Yeah, you just kind of play with it.
Like this.
Perfect.
And then I like to take those 2 things from my crinkle ribbon, and if this is sticking up funny, don't forget to cut them at angles. But there's your, I call it a foo-foo ribbon.
There you go.
And we're going to demo that one more time. Okay, so here is
so they
your...
said you made it look easy.
We're going to cut off 6 inches. Lay that there. Okay.
One more time.
One more time. Start at the front of your fingers. Again, this piece needs to hang down almost probably to your bottom pinky finger. And then again, without being too tight, you're going to come around, come through, and you're just going to make figure eights. And there's really, you don't need to worry about flattening it or anything, but just figure eights through your fingers until this last one. And again, see how that came down. And we may have to trim that because it's not all perfect. Reach in and grab the middle. And again, I'm going to pull on that top one, Diane. There we go. There we go. Okay, I got that a little bit tight, but that's okay. All right, so now we're going to lay that there. Tie it in a double knot right in the middle.
Angie says, you girls make everything look easy. When I do it, it doesn't come out.
Just keep practicing.
Yeah.
It's not. And see, this one is a little long, so we're just going to trim that. And
Maggie's got a scissors that actually cuts.
I know. Okay, and so then what you're going to do is you're going to pull these apart. And this one was not 100% dry, so when I pulled on it, it kind of took some of the crinkles out, and that's okay too. Some people like a lot more crinkly. Some people like it a little smoother. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to do peeled paint. And I'm going to make one, and then I'm going to show you how to smooth it out and stamp it.
Yeah, I want to know.
Like this. All right, so we're going to apply some to your craft mat.
You're welcome, Bunny. This was fun. Just a nice, easy, fun technique.
Okay, and this is oxide, so it's going to be a little more opaque. See how that just soaks that up so quickly.
Yeah. And if you don't have rayon, that won't happen, right?
Okay. No, it will not.
Cheryl, you can definitely do 2 colors. So what you can do is put one color and then dry it, and then go back and put another color. So if you wanted to use 2 different greens,
Yes.
you can definitely do that.
Okay, so another thing. Okay, see, this time I tried to soak it a little bit more, and I don't know, it's the oxide in it, but oxide seems to have such a variation of colors, so that's why you get
look at
these
that.
looks, and I love it.
Wow.
And at
Love
first I
that
thought it was
dark
my fingers,
look
but
in it.
Yeah, it's just the way oxide works.
Wow,
And
that's
so
cool.
I'm
Without
finding
even
myself
trying.
really liking it. Okay, so this time, rather than crinkling, I'm just going to dry it like
So
this.
while she's drying it, I'm going to show you some of the other, these are some of the new Tim Holtz stencils from his latest collection. She used this one, and this is the label one, called Labels.
Actually, what
I
I
love
used,
that.
Diane, was the set of 3.
Okay, the
small
smaller one.
And we have those on order. They
Yes.
should be here any day.
Yes, and these 3 do come in a set. This is
Yes.
the color wheel, and then the polka dots.
So I
which is
used one
called
of
Spot.
each on these tags.
Yeah. And then some of the other smaller ones is the retro designs plus the alphabet. That is one. And then the others, 3-pack is, are those. So the ones that she actually used
This is the
will
one
be
I
coming.
actually used, the
Okay.
set.
This is the set, and it is called Mini Stencil Set 59. And it might even be here today, if not tomorrow or Friday. So it should be coming. And then let's see.
And Diane, what I did on the tags is I used Teresa's technique of putting the stencil, after I colored in using the stencil, I laid the stencil back on, and then I just stamped little small prints through
you
it.
could see how she did that. I
And
love
that was fun to do.
And that is something I've never done. I've stamped over it, but I've never left the stencil on.
Yeah, and
Love
what
that.
I learned was when okay, for example, this one, after I distress inked through it, I splattered some water on it, which gave you the water spots.
I love that look.
But then what I did is I laid it, oh, wrong one. I laid it back on there and then went through with, let's see, you have to match this up here like that. And then I just had these stamps, and because they have such fine little print, I just stamped using archival randomly through it. Now, I learned something that when you're using archival ink, it inks stamps your stencil, which doesn't bother me, but I thought it might bother people watching today, and so I
Cleaned them up?
I cleaned them up. Happened to find one of these in my car. It's just hand sanitizer.
And it wipes right off.
And it wipes them off, yes. So that works really nice.
Yeah.
But that's what I did, was to get just a little bit more texture. But I looked at this one and I thought, oh man, this would be really cool.
This is an older, well, these are all
Older, yeah.
these two. But then to get the big, bold words, she used bold sayings, and it's CMS 433. And look how fun those words are.
I love those big bold.
Yeah.
They take up a lot of space, so you don't need anything else on your
Yeah,
card or your
that's
tag.
what she stamped the sayings on. She used that stamp.
Okay, so when I did this, again, because it's oxide, it's going to variegate a little bit all on its own. I'm not going to add any other color to this because it's just so beautiful. This is peeled paint. We're going to get it dry. This time I didn't wad it up. I just dried it like this. Then once I got it dry...
And it really doesn't take long to dry.
No, not at all. What I wanted was a really, really smooth, soft ribbon. So look at that. Look at the variegation on that. That's just amazing.
It is.
So what I did is I got out my flat iron. I'm borrowing my inner Janet. This is the actual flat iron I use, so I could have a little bit of peeled paint in here. You know, you never know. Okay, so then I just put it in here and smoothed it out. This is on, isn't it? Oh, no wonder. I had it on. It must turn off after a while. Okay, we'll get it heated up. And then I'm going to show you how I stamped it. And that's part of the reason I put this here, because you could use those stamps on your ribbons to give it even more texture. What I did is a word. Okay, I thought this was on.
It must have an automatic shut off.
It must be.
Which is good.
Yes. Okay, so, you know, after using oxide, I'm really thinking that I could end up doing all these in oxide. I love it.
And I think I have one oxide ink pad
Oh my.
in my stash. I just don't use them.
I didn't use them as much either, but boy.
Yeah,
Okay,
very
so
pretty.
boy, that's beautiful. You can't emulate this.
No,
You can't. This is just
It's one of a kind.
okay. So then what I did is I took tiny text and I looked over there and I could not find.
That is on order too.
Okay,
Tiny
so
text.
this is the tiny text that I used.
It's great. I use
right
mine
here.
all the time.
And so I picked out one, said hello friend, because I thought, oh, that'd be perfect for putting on a tag. And so I just used archival ink. And I found that you don't want to press too much because then it gets the
Yeah.
sides. And so just tap and don't press really hard. Just go like that. And so you can do anything you want onto your
What a neat idea for tying a bow on a bag to give for a gift. You can do a name.
Here's another one that I
Do
thought
happy birthday.
you could make pink and hope is never lost.
Oh, yeah.
For somebody who has breast cancer, it would be a very good. But here again, I learned the hard way. You don't need to press down into your ink and you don't need to press too hard because I ended up having those lines.
But look how easy that is.
But isn't that cute?
Yeah.
But you could use any.
Any stamps.
Look at this. Wouldn't that
Yeah.
be cool? Or having polka dots on it, or this chicken wire.
Or any little flowers.
Yes.
You know, we all have lots of stamps, so.
Yes.
Okay.
So
they are loving this. Wow,
just gonna
Maggie,
finish
so
this
cool
up.
to stamp on the ribbon. Yes, endless possibilities. That is so true. Love this. They love this.
all right.
It's just
and
kind of a refresher course. on-
yes, and again, break out your oxides because wow, I just found out again. Like I said, an older technique, and sometimes I like to do this to kind of set that ink, just kind of a little bit. But anyway, so there's another. Should we do another bow?
How fun.
One more bow?
One more bow.
Okay. Again, start it down here. I'll do it looser this time. Do your figure eights. And you know what? I just realized I forgot to cut off that 6 inches, so we're going to cut that off. And this just makes an even pretty bow because it is so smooth and not crinkly. So it just depends on the look you want. There we go. So we're going to lay that there.
Well, they're asking if the bow gets wet, will it bleed on your project? I think once you set it, of course, the distressed is water.
The archival words will not. But if I were to spray these, they definitely would change. Yeah. If I were to get those wet, the ink would move around, yes. Okay, so. And sometimes because of the way you flip that, it gets turned inside out, but sometimes I can flip it so you can see. It might be upside down, but that's okay.
Donna, she is using 3 feet and then cuts off about 6 inches to tie the bow. So that's what you are using 3 feet.
Yes, that's why
Looks
I
like.
make 3 feet.
Yeah.
But even like here I cut off just this little piece. That might show up later on a tag stapled with Tim's Tiny Attacher.
Yep.
Just adding a little bit. But yeah, so you can have
Okay.
fun and hopefully some of you might find these in your bags today.
How exciting. Yes.
I hope you enjoyed it. I
Okay.
never get tired of making these.
Nope. Okay, I think we've answered all the questions. Again, the enamel dots are on sale, and I think we're pretty much.
And you know
Look
what,
at our
Diane?
enamel, they are gone. So, more are coming.
You could make 10 fluffy bows
Yeah.
with one of these packages.
I think that's it. Again, tomorrow it's the solids, not cardstock. This is pattern paper that is two-sided solids. Those are 50% off. I think we're good. So
that's a deal.
Happy May Day, and we will see you tomorrow.
And I hope you find a May basket on your front porch.
Maggie hopes so. Hopefully her daughter is watching. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.